Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me. We're going to talk about one of my latest investments that I keep buying more shares of. It's Brookfield Corporation. Ticker symbol is BN. And I want to tell you all about it and why I brought Brookfield instead of Brookfield Asset Management or all the other Brookfield stocks in the market and kind of what I'm hoping to achieve with it. Before we get started, please take a minute and click subscribe to my channel to keep up with all of my latest investing and personal finance content. And please check out the link you see on your screen for a message from our sponsor, The Motley Fool, where you can get the top 10 stocks to buy right now. So, Brookfield Corporation, you see on your screen right there a little bit of information. The company was formerly called Brookfield Asset Management. And here, it's got kind of a complicated structure. The ticker symbol for this one used to be BAM, Brookfield Asset Management. They recently decided to spin off 25% of its asset management business into a separate company. And that company, because it's the asset management business, kept the BAM ticker. So if you see BAM as a ticker, that is just referring to the asset management business, which we'll dig into in a minute. Brookfield Corporation owns now 75% of the asset management business, and it also has some other operations. So the big takeaway, this might sound really complicated, but the big thing to know is that now after this spinoff, you can choose to own just the asset management business, or you can choose to own the entire Brookfield Corporation. So before we get into anything with the Brookfield Corporation, what is Brookfield Asset Management, which is ticker symbol BAM? So, Brookfield Asset Management, its main purpose is to invest its clients' money in alternative assets, specifically real estate and energy, and it also has a lot of infrastructure investments. It does this to earn fee income. It's a money manager. If it makes its investors money, it earns fee income, which generates a relatively predictable cash flow. This company aims to distribute most of its profits, it's at about 90%, to its investors by dividends. So out of the two Brookfields, this is the one that's likely to be the best dividend stock. Now, Brookfield Corporation owns three main businesses. It has a 75% stake in Brookfield Asset Management. It spun off the other 25%. It owns an insurance solutions businesses where it provides a bunch of services for insurance companies on the investment side of their business. And it also, and this is kind of the most interesting part, it has its own investments. It invests alongside Brookfield Asset Management clients in all of its investment opportunities. So it owns investments in real estate, in infrastructure, in alternative energy. So Brookfield's size and its relationships give it a big advantage. Brookfield Asset Management has hundreds of billions of dollars to invest. And Brookfield invests alongside these clients. It has about $60 billion in existing investments. More than half of it, 35 billion, is in real estate. And renewable power and infrastructure investments are the other big components. So Brookfield's historic results have been fantastic. And this is over about 2 decades. Depending on which type of investment, real estate, infrastructure, energy, the historic internal rate of return, IRR, from its investments are between 15 and 19%, depending on which type of those you're talking about. From its current portfolio, which I said was about $60 billion worth of investments, it receives about $2 billion in annual cash distributions. And that's in addition to any capital appreciation of those investments. It aims to mostly reinvest that money in new opportunities. So Brookfield is not going to be a great dividend stock. It already cut the dividend tremendously since the spinoff. Its focus is generating cash to reinvest and compound as best as it can. It's also worth mentioning that some of the investment vehicles that Brookfield and its asset management clients invest in are also publicly traded vehicles. So you can invest in a lot of Brookfield investments individually if you say just want a real estate investment. There are four listed right there. There's Brookfield Renewable Partners, Brookfield Infrastructure Partners, Brookfield Business Partners, and Brookfield Property Partners. That last one is the Real Estate Investment Trust. And those are the ticker symbols right there. So if you're interested in any of those individually kind of investing alongside Brookfield in a specific way, you might want to take a look at those, but I kind of want the whole big picture of it. So Brookfield has delivered for shareholders annualized returns of 19% over the past 2 decades. That's a big margin of outperformance over the S&P 500, and management believes that with these tried and true strategies that it can do the same thing over the next 20 years. So spinning off the Brookfield Asset Management stake and kind of separating that for investors allows it to maximize its reinvestment strategy. Now, Brookfield Corporation shareholders aren't expecting dividends. So they have more ability to take the money they're making and use it in the best ways they see fit instead of being expected to pay dividends. So that's kind of my take on Brookfield. I've been buying it kind of hand over fist for the past month and a half or so. And I and the more I learn about the company, the more I like. So I'd love to hear what you think about it. Please leave me any questions or comments you may have, and I will see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment, so I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by more than 3 times. Go to fool.com/Frankel to get your 10 stock picks now. That's fool.com/Frankel. The Motley Fool Stock Advisor returns are 381% as of 3/23/2023 and are measured against the S&P 500 returns of 113% as of 3/23/2023.